YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the P-Bandai exclusive, or P-Bandai exclusive, Master Grade Jegan Type D. Now, those who have been following me on my channel should know that I am a big fan of the Jegan Mosuit line, and if you see my reviews, I have bought and reviewed more than 10 plus Jegan HD UCs at this point. And that's no exception to the Master Grade, and so the Jegan Type D is the first P-Bandai exclusive Master Grade Jegan variant to come out at this point, and this won't be the last. We're definitely going to see at least an Echoas, if lucky maybe a Stark Jegan, but whatever, we are going to see more in the future. I can pretty much say that. So once again, this review is going to be a simple review because number one, I have reviewed the retail version Master Grade Jegan, which was from Char's Counterattack. This one, it's basically, you can say this is from the Unicorn series for the Type D version. And also their build is pretty much the same, while there are some different details, areas here and there, which I will point out, but being a simple review means that I won't be showing articulation, because the articulation wise it's pretty much the same. Alright, so let's get on to the review. So first of all, we're going to go with the components. So first of all, what you get of course is the Jegan Type D himself, and then we get two swapping fingers for the fist ones for left and right, which I'm currently using. Let's look at what else we get from this kit. So first of all, since I'm not going to be showing articulation, meaning that I won't be showing these simple equipment as well. So we get the shield of the Type D. There's kind of a bend point here. I don't know when that happened, but it happened. Currently, regarding the shield, there's also kind of a color difference on the gray area, which I will point out. And then we get the standard Jegan beam rifle, which you can also take out the clip if you want to do so. And then we get two beam saber effects, but you only get one beam saber hilt, which is on the side skirt. So yeah. And then we get a action-based connector, and that's pretty much it for the basic components. And other than that, we get the interchangeable swapping hands. We get the trigger finger for the beam rifle. We get two open hands for left and right. Regarding the trigger finger, we only get the one for the right hand, and then we get the beam saber holding hands for left and right as well. So nothing too special. Pretty much identical from the retail version we got. So that's that. And being a P-Bandai exclusive, I was expecting a lot more leftover pieces, but this is pretty much it. Because for the HGUCs, there were a lot of leftover pieces. I believe if you have bought every single P-Bandai Jegan and the ones from Build Fighters as well, you might be able to actually make another extra Jegan, I believe. Here we have the leftover part. This is from the backpack of the retail version, and this you don't actually use these, so which is why we have some leftover pieces. And then here we have some more. This is pretty much it. Now these aren't, as far as I know, these aren't trigger fingers, because the shape is kind of different, and the thumb is also kind of different, because the thumb is out way more compared to this one. So I'm not really sure what these hands were meant for, but those, according to the manual, these are considered leftover parts, and we have these parts as well. And then a water slide. Being a P-Bandai kit, yeah, we mostly get water slides for Master Grades. A lot of good symbols going on there. Okay, now let's get on to the comparisons. Now, when I first opened the box and started building, I was wondering, is there any difference at all? But that was because I built the Master Grade Jegan a long time ago that I wasn't able to remember. So here is it side by side. Now currently, the light is kind of bothering the color comparison, so I'm gonna turn off the light. Hopefully it works out. So currently I turned off the light, and we're gonna close it up. Then there we go. Currently, the retail version from Char's Counterattack is actually while it's more in a mint green color, the Jegan Type D is actually in a more darker green color. Now, it's not as dark as the HGUC version as far as I know, but it definitely has a more darker color going on here, because it's definitely, you can see the difference between the two colors. So that's one of the main difference. And the other being the shoulders. So yeah, I'm going to turn on the lights now once again. The shoulders. The shoulders are obviously different. While the Char's Counterattack or retail version had those rounded shoulders, the Type D actually has these more square type-ish shoulders. And those who don't know, the Stark Jegan actually uses these shoulders as well of course, I'm not really seeing any holes here unless it's the Stark Dragon armor just for if they ever do make a master grade. I'm not sure if they're going to use the same shoulder as this, but if they do, my only guess is that they're just going to make something that clips onto the shoulder, because this area here, you can see it's clearly blocked off, unlike the HGUC version. Another difference I should point out is the head, other than the color, of course. The head, while okay, head-wise they might look the same. They might look the same in terms of the head, but the build is actually different. So that's one thing. And you can see the chin is kind of different. The chin for the Type D is kind of more bigger. Also, you can see, other than the front vent, the side vents, you have two of these here, and then on the retail version, there's only one, so that's another difference. And the build is kind of different. While the build is they look similar, but the process is kind of different. And then if you look at the side, come on, twin. You can see the Vulcan part is also different. While this one is more, more squarish, this has a more roundish design as well. And the antenna, obviously the color and design is also different. So there is a difference in the head as well. And now let's look at the backpack. The backpack is actually one of the things that is different. You can see while the retail version has this round part area, and then you have these black lines. So yeah, but the Jegan D-Type, it made it more simple, I believe. They have a more simple design, and that leftover piece that you guys just saw, this is where it's supposed to go, while this one does not actually have that as well. And despite the different design, it still has the ball jointed connection, so no need to worry about the movement on the backpack. And then other than that, let's see, the waist section, the V symbol on the crotch area is also different. While this one has a more larger V, this one has a more smaller and more standard one that we usually see in other Federation mobile suits. And as well, they both don't have any front skirts, but this one also has something kind of a front skirt. So yeah, you can see that this thing also does move as well, so no big deal as well. And the green parts here are also a little bit darker than this one, so that's another color difference over here. So anything. And the joint. While the retail version joints, let's say, for example, on the arm, this one was more of a dark black color, not fully black, but almost close to black. While this one is actually more on the gray section, so that's another different thing. And the yellow that was used on the in the kits in general, like for example the shoulders and then the inside thrusters. While the retail version had a more cheddar cheese yellow, this one has a more light color. So more of a chalk yellow color for the Jegan D-Type. So I think this is not I believe some people don't like this yellow, but oh well, that's just how it is. Another thing I just noticed while building, or I mean just taking pictures, is that the joints. You can see the retail version is clearly more darker, but the Jegan D-Type has these pipes going on. Well, these aren't separate pieces, they're just like molded in there, as you can see. Sorry for the nub marks, I forgot to erase those, but you can see there's no pipes on the retail version, so that's another kind of interesting detail that's going on there. Okay, let's see. And also regarding the equipment, you can see the beam rifle for the retail version is kind of the same black color as the joints, while the Jegan Type D one has a more lighter gray color, so that's another difference going on there. And I believe this should apply to the shield, I believe, or I could be mistaken. So we have a more darker color. Yep, definitely we have a lighter color, and I really don't know what happened here. And yeah, and let's go to the feet. Now, regarding the legs, I'm pretty sure, like, other than the color, they should be the same, I believe. Yeah, they both have the front moving toe part like that, and I believe the same goes for this one. But as you can see, while this one has this is more of a light darker green, the D-Type is definitely much more darker, so that's another small color difference. The yellow is obviously more lighter, as I mentioned, and yeah, and I think that's pretty much it regarding like the difference that I can point out. I mean, so basically anything, so the joint colors, instead of black they were gray. The turquoise, or darker green or dark mint color that was used on the crotch area, for example, or on the feet, they became more darker. The overall color became more darker as well compared to the light mint green color and the yellow as well. So Yeah, there are like, as for those who don't know, they when you look at it, they might look very same, but when you look at it in more deep closer, there are a good amount of like detail changes. So which is why there are a lot of people out there, which is why like me who collect the Jegan variants, and once the Master Grade Jegan happened, we all know or are expecting more variants to come out. The Jegan D type or Type D is just the beginning. And that is pretty much it. So if you really love the Jegan like me, you're definitely going to love the Type D as well. And as mentioned, the building the Jegan Master Grade is definitely really fun to do. So I wouldn't mind building a third one if a third variant comes out in the future. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So as mentioned, they have the same build, but they have different details like here and there. So definitely, while you might feel like you're building the same kit, but at the same time, it's kind of different. Anyway, thanks for watching the review. This was the review of the Premium Bandai exclusive Master Grade Jegan Type D. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time!